You ready, gun?
Yep.
All right, we ready, shot.
Alright, go ahead.
You on?
Yeah, we on.
Welcome to the business show. I'm your host, Deanna Lachey,
And I'm cousin Nadine.
and this is the business show. This is where all the antics come into play. This is where we talk about our business, we talk about your business, and we talk about the business at hand. Today we sitting in by ourselves, just me and cousin going in, and I got like a crazy topic because I've been watching all week about the little situation going on between Monique and Steve Harvey and that whole little shenanigans.
Well, talk about it, because I told you I don't really know about it, but go ahead, get it perfect.
All right, just to give you a little opening on what's going on or a little insight. Well, Monique did the movie Precious back in the day. And she did the movie because her and Lee Daniels was supposed to be cool. And she was supposed to have did the movie for pretty much chump change, pocket change, like really no money. So typically when you sign a Hollywood contract, starring movies, you're supposed to go out and, advertise the movie and do the promotions and stuff for the movies like that. So when they came to Monique, I think she had did the Oprah show, and they said she did a very good job. So they contacted her, and they was like, we need you to go out to some other country or whatever, and we need you to finish promoting this movie. So at the time, she said she had finished doing some other movies or whatever, and she was on vacation. So she told them, I can't at this particular time. So they calling her back, we need you to do this movie, this, that, and the third. So she said, well, listen, I'll do the movie if you pay for the airline for me and my family to go over there and, pay for the hotel. Oh, we can't do that. Typically you supposed to promote the movie, as part of your contract. Yeah, typically when you get a major contract for some nice money, at that point, Monique was a star. She took chump change to star in that movie, and then they expected her to go out and spend what little bit of money they pay her to advertise a movie. You know how much it costs to go to another country with you, 3 or 4 kids, your husband, you gotta pay for airline, you gotta pay for hotel. That's a lot of money, cousin. So when she told them no, they told her, okay, well, you difficult, you hard to work with. So her major problem was that when she talked to Lee Daniels and she talked to Tyler Perry and she talked to Oprah Winfrey, behind doors they said that what she did wasn't wrong. And then when they got out in the media, they wouldn't speak up for her, and that was pretty much her problem with them. Then Steve Harvey, who's supposed to be her brother, he gets her on the show. And while she's on the show, he's trying to explain to her, listen, Mo, this is not the black game, this is not the white game, this is the money game. So she turned around and said to him, well, before the money game, we have an integrity game. And I respected that. So where I go with this is how far is too far to go for the money? At what point as a celebrity are you responsible to stand up for something? I respect Monique because she stood for something. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes standing for something always is not going to always get you the big paycheck, but you can sleep well at night.
Right.
So when you sat there and he said what he said to Monique, then the story comes out about his wife, that she was married to this dude, and they said she was labeled as a queen pin, and the feds was about to get her, and her husband allegedly took the case for her. So when he was in jail, she left him, divorced him, married his first cousin. Then when he went to jail, she left him, and then she married Steve Harvey. So the boy's he out of jail, he's supposed to be writing his book or whatever. So since all this stuff came out, Steve Harvey been losing all his shows. They canceled Little Big Shot, they canceled the Steve Harvey show. I heard they canceled 2 other shows.
Oh, this was news to me, cousin.
So the funny part was when you stood up and you said you supposed to play this game because this is the money game we in. Now you see what she was talking about. See, at the end of the day, you got to stand for something, because the one thing about them people who pay them bills and pay them checks, they dictate what's going on. And you could be playing as much of their game as you want to be, but everybody is expendable. So, when they ready to drop you, they drop you. And you sitting here shucking and jiving and doing all this bullshit, to keep this paycheck coming, and you lost your paycheck anyway. So at the end of the day, I think Monique was right. Like, what would these celebrities do to keep this money going on?
That's a good question too, cuz. That's a good question, though. How far would you go?
I mean,
get
now,
the bag, as they say. Get
yes,
the bag.
indeed, to get the bag. Now look at people like Kaepernick, who
All
stood
money
for
ain't
something.
good money.
Who, Dave Chappelle, who turned down $50 million to do that show, and guess what happened?
Make sure
He
the
stood
money
up
let
for
you
something.
sleep at night.
He turned down $50 million. He slept well at night, and then Netflix turned around and offered him $60 million, and he took that. He wound up making out better. So he stood for something, had some type of morals, and he wound up with more money anyway. Look at Kaepernick. They kicked him out the NFL because he kneeled for the kids that was getting beat up and choked and killed over cigarettes and dumb stuff like that, and didn't take the bag. And then Nike did a commercial with him. Nike sold more Nikes doing that commercial than they probably did in history all at one time. Like, so you have to make a stand sometime. That money will
Morals
come
is
back.
better than the bag any day of the week, cousin.
Yeah, because you still got to sleep with that bag at the end of the
Sure.
night. Like, you got all that money, but does it work or does it help you when, like you said, at the end of the day, you got to sleep with yourself. You got to look in the mirror at yourself every day and realize that you compromise what you stood for. See, the one thing about me, I chase the bag all the time. And like, I'm not going to knock chasing the bag. I'm always about my bag. I'll be the first one to tell you, get that money. But to what point? See, the one thing about me, if anybody know me, I don't dance unless I hear music, and I don't itch unless I scratch. I don't scratch unless I itch. So pretty much meaning I'm not doing all that dumb shit. Like, I gotta really be into what we doing. We not doing nothing that I ain't normally doing, and I ain't shucking and jiving, and I ain't kissing no ass, and I ain't being flunkied, and I ain't doing none of that for no money. You have got to stand for something. Where do your morals come
Because
in?
let me ask you a question. All the stuff you just said that you do it work for you?
Yeah, it works.
I know that's right.
But it'll work for them too. Like, at the end of the day, I think it works better because once people see that you're uncompromising and that you stand for something and you don't fall for
Get more
anything,
respect.
they're more likely to work with you.
Yeah, you
They
get more
respect you
respect.
more
Yeah, you
come
get
your
more
way.
respect, yeah.
But when people see you do anything for $1, typically people don't really want to be around you because they know you could be bought and sold
sure.
at any time.
That's right.
And you know, I was watching some skit on Facebook where they were showing Steve Harvey talking about for the bag, you know, they could pay him to be the monkey and he be jumping around talking about ooh, scratching his ass for them. Like, man, what would you do for the, like, oh my God. Like, all that was coming across my shit this
Steve
morning.
was my man.
Yeah, I didn't really know. Like, and at one point when I seen it, it was like comedy. Like, I understand he's a comedian, and you know, he says a lot of stuff that he don't really mean, and a lot of that is to get jokes and laughs. I understand that. But when you put it into context with other stuff that he said, it looks worse and it looks bad. Like, come on. Like, y'all dog Monique out for standing up for herself and for everybody else, and for, you know, just having an opinion and not letting these people dictate for so long what they have been doing.
So, cuz let me ask you a question. You think what happened to Steve is a thing like what comes around goes around?
I can say that, like, I like Steve Harvey. I really do. I like his shows.
I did too.
You know, he had like the number
did
4
too.
rated talk show on TV. Like, he was really doing a good job. But at the end of the day, it was just a reality check. Like, everybody is expendable. Everybody can be touched. It's the difference between being rich and being wealthy. You know, football players, they rich. You know, rappers, they rich. But them people that own the label, they wealthy. It's a difference. The people that own the team, they wealthy. You know what I'm saying? And when you get too big-headed, they will put you in line and give you a reality check just to let you know exactly where you stand at on the food chain. And it's really low. Like, being rich don't make you no better than nobody else, because in their eye, you just a hired help. They
sure.
paying you to play basketball.
Sure.
So that's how they look at you. And y'all seen that with the coach of the NBA basketball team who's talking trash. Y'all see it time and time again. No the real wealthy people don't respect y'all. So when y'all get rich and y'all turn y'all back on the people where y'all came from and act like, you know, we as the folks shouldn't stand together because now that you rich, you stand with them. They'll give you a reality check every time. Look at all our people. OJ, reality check. Michael Jackson, reality check.
Yeah.
Like, they give everybody a reality check. They don't care who you is.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey, reality check. Bill Cosby, reality check. When you get to a certain point in your life and in your career where you think that you better than your people, and you turning your nose up at your people and not standing with your folks, them folks will give you a reality check every time.
Every time.
And let you know exactly where you are. Be like, oh, brother, you got a little bit of money. Don't let that shit go to your head. It's sad. It really is. But, you know, damn. Like, because I don't know what's next to Steve Harvey. Like, because when they put a hold on your career, they put a hold on your career. Look at Monique. Monique is one of the funniest female comedians out there. She ain't worked since pretty much
The 80s.
no, since
They in there since
Precious.
the 80s.
Since they blackballed her about the movie. She
Since
ain't
the
really
80s.
worked since Precious. Like, she was selling out tours, everything. Like, she ain't really been working. And, you know, it's a shame because she made the stand. So I think Monique need to pay and give her own damn content. Y'all need to go support her because she took a hit trying to stand for us. And as black people, we got to stand for the people that stand for us.
And Monique, if you believe in us, get in contact with us. If you really, really believe in what we say,
Trying to
yeah, please
down
get
with
in
the business show.
contact
We
with
riding for you, Mo.
GlobalTunesRadio.com. Get
What
in
you say?
contact with us, Monique.
Them
Listen.
skinny bitches.
Yeah, listen to
Them
what we
skinny
saying
bitches.
to you. Yeah, listen. Yeah, but you know, I didn't know Steve got that big. I really didn't know. I didn't know he got beside to something like that. And I was just loving Steve.
You know, like, at some point, I understand where he was coming from. Like, he pretty much was saying, like, at the end of the day, like, he was saying her husband, like, pretty much they scared of Monique's husband because he's, like, unfiltered with his tongue and he say everything. So he was pretty much saying, like, he can't be who he is. Like, he got to have a little finesse with his game. Like, you don't always have to come so strong. I understand that point of it. I understand that in a certain game, you got to be a certain way. Like me, we understand I'm ghetto as the most. I talk as much shit, I cuss and do all that. But it's a time and a place for everything. I'm not at a job interview cussing. I'm not at a meeting cussing. I'm not out handling business doing that. It's a time and a place for everything. Now, when I come here, then yes, of course I let loose. When
Here
I'm
and around her family.
right, you know, I let loose and do what I got to do. But I'm gonna say again, it's a time and a place for
Definitely
everything.
let-
So I understand where he was coming from with that. Like, look, Mo, it's a time and a place, but never tell somebody not to say nothing. You know, for the fear
Against
of
their
the
principle.
backlash.
Yeah, basically saying against their principle.
Right, because you think if people did that, look where we be right now. Nowhere. You know, at one time women couldn't vote. If somebody at one point didn't stand up for us, where would we be? You know, so you got to stand up in what you believe in and, you know, stop compromising. Like you say, stop compromising. That money will come back, and when it come back, it'll be even better because you'll be able to sleep with
If
yourself.
it's meant for
and be
you,
like,
it's
I
meant
earned
for
this
you.
money. You
If
know what
it's
I'm
meant
saying?
for you, it's meant for you.
Yeah, I sleep good at night with this money. You know what I'm saying? I can spend it freely. Like, sometimes when you got money, it don't help you. And sometimes you can buy all the material possessions that you want to buy, but while you got them, you're not even happy with them. You don't smile. You can be driving around every day in a brand new car and got all the brand new house, and you never smile
that
because you're
ain't
not
what make
happy,
you happy.
with the stuff that you, because you got to live with you at the end of the day. One thing about me, I live with myself at the end of the day, and I'm really uncompromising. That's why we do our show here on Global Tunes Radio. I couldn't be nowhere else. I don't think they'd want me. I'm too ignorant. I say too much stuff out my mouth. I'm unfiltered. They couldn't pay me to shut up. They be like, bitch, you know what? We docking your check every time you
That
cuss.
be
When I
her.
get paid, my check be $5.50.
That be her.
And I keep cussing too. They be like, we ain't paying her.
Yeah,
no.
that's where I get it from. Yeah, that's where I get it from, cuz. Sheesh.
Yeah, listen, I'm uncompromised. You know, I say what I want to say. I've always
Yeah,
said that.
but one thing about you,
I mean,
keep it
I'm-
real though, cuz.
I mean, I
Yeah.
say that to a point where is I don't try to hurt nobody's feelings, so I don't just, you know, put people down or do stuff like that. Now, I have been known to give my opinion where sometimes it's unwarranted. Like, everybody ain't trying to hear what the hell I got to say
All
but,
the time.
But you know, sometimes I give my opinion. If I know something that I think can help you, then I tell you, and I might not be tactful with it, but you get the point.
Cuz I'm over here laughing.
You know, we
'Cause you
had
don't
a
have no
conversation
tact.
earlier.
It's
I told
just
him
like
something.
me.
You know,
don't
he had
have
to
no
think
tact.
about it. But then we talked later on. He was like, you know what, cuz, you know, you was right. I understood where it came from, all out of love. But you know, sometimes you might not understand it when I'm telling you. You be like, this bitch need to mind her business. Ain't nobody asked for her 2 cents, but believe it's all coming out of love.
Yeah, but everybody don't get your 2 cents, cuz. That's why
You
I
ain't
can
lying.
appreciate it.
'Cause if I
Yeah,
don't give a shit
everybody
about
don't get
you,
your
I
2
don't care what
cents.
the
So
hell
I
you doing.
appreciate it. Shit, I appreciate every bit of it. Yeah.
You be out there skydiving, I be like, I don't think this nigga parachute gonna open. I ain't gonna say a damn thing. I would just pull my phone out and be like, this gonna be good. But if I'm giving you my 2 cents, then that means I typically love you
you
and I
already
care about
know.
your well-being. And,
already know.
you know, I want to make sure you are. And if I know anything to help you, one thing about me, I'm not one of them people that don't give up the game. You know, they say the game is to be sold and not told, but I believe we go further if
It's to be
we
told.
share the information that we know.
Yeah.
Because out
It's
here
to
in
be
life,
told, not to
you
be sold.
understand that
Yeah.
you only pay for what you don't know. and I don't care what it is.
You only know. You only responsible for what you don't know.
Yeah, if you
ain't
own a
accountable
business,
for what you know.
you pay accountant. Why?
You're
Because you
accountable for
can't
what you
do
don't
accountant. If you could do accountant, you wouldn't need an accountant.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? If you could be in four places and one time, you wouldn't need any salespeople. You wouldn't need a cashier. You wouldn't need security because you could do everything yourself.
Everybody
you
needs
pay for
help.
what you don't know.
Everybody needs help though, cuz.
You know, your lights blink in the house. What you do? You pay an electrician. Why? Because you don't know electricity. But if you did, you would save yourself some money. So you pretty much pay for what you know.
Pay what you weigh.
Listen, I learned the hard way. I had a truck one day, right? I get in my truck and the steering wheel locked. So you know me, I call the locksmith people. I had to get a whole new steering column put on my car. Had to get a brand new chip key. I spent about $450. Well, when I finished, something said, go on YouTube. I punched up on YouTube, the car and all that stuff. Go on YouTube, punch the car up. They say stick a number 2 pencil up in this hole in your steering column and it will release everything. I paid $450 for something YouTube told me how to do in 10 minutes. A number 2 pencil could have saved me $450, but I didn't know. And if I had known, I could have saved $450.
And look, I bet you tried that number 2 pencil too.
I just rolled around with a number 2 pencil.
Yeah, I bet you went and tried
I got it. I got it.
Yeah, I know you went and tried it.
Yeah, but it's really true. You do pay for what you don't know.
Yeah.
A friend of mine got locked out. So after that experience, he got locked out. He locked his keys in his trunk. So he called me like, how can you get your trunk when you lock your keys out? I'm like, Google it. I Googled it for him. It was like, take your steering column out, your dashboard, and take your radio out and take the button out and plug it with this one, and his whole trunk popped open. But you know how much the locksmith would have charged him to come and unlock that trunk? They just told him he didn't need a new set of keys and everything.
There's a whole bunch of stuff.
You do. You pay for what you don't know.
Yeah.
And I
That's
just
real
didn't
rap,
really
guy.
jump off topic. Like I said,
That's
I
real
just,
rap.
people, we as not even black people, just as people as a whole, we got to have more integrity and we got to stand up for one another and believe in each other and sometimes think outside the box and outside yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, we get further as a whole.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Black people, we all we got.
You come outside and 13 people
You
want
can
to
look
fight.
at
You
me
like,
and dislike me, but
this
we
ain't
all
really
we got.
a fair fight. But if 9 of your friends walk up, you like, it's about even. You know what I'm saying? So we are better in numbers. We are more powerful in numbers. So we definitely got to stick up. And I do want to definitely give a shout out to Monique for standing in something that she believed in. And I want to give a shout out to Steve because you was doing good. But, Steve, at some point, everybody got to realize
Goes
that,
around, goes around.
stand with your folks. That was your sister. You
Pray
said she was
more.
your sister. Then stand with your sister.
Yeah. Pray
Even
more.
if it cost you a couple dollars, you should have stood with your sister because you lost the money anyway. And now you lost the money and you lost your integrity because you didn't stand with your folks.
That's what
So
happened.
I'd rather be broke with integrity than broke with none. And people
That's
looking
what
at you
happens
like
when
you're
you
crazy.
deal with the devil. That's what
Yeah, that's
happens.
crazy. That entertainment industry is a crazy world anyway.
That's not for everybody though, cuz.
It's not.
I ain't even gonna hold you up. That ain't for everybody.
Money is not for everybody. One thing about having money, you gotta have thick skin.
Yeah.
Thick skin. Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
I ain't even got no money. People call me all the time. Hey, cousin, can I borrow $30? Hey, cousin, I see you got your little podcast. Can I borrow a little 40 till Tuesday? Hey, cousin, I know you got that little store.
Hey, that's the way you became a star.
You got a little bead. You know what I'm saying? So people discount your pockets. Like, people
They
who
do.
big and
Yeah,
will
that's
ask
one
for
thing I
stuff.
learned.
So when
Yeah.
you got money, and you
PA,
really
stop
got some
counting.
money,
Yeah, PA, stop counting.
yeah, people will find you. It's all said
PA,
and done.
stop counting. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, Jamie, you right about that. What's up, bro? What's up, sis? She said, what she said is right. She said when it's all said and done, they still only see the color of your skin, and that's definitely true. They only gonna see the skin, and I'm gonna say it again, that reality check is real.
Yeah.
They will check you, be like, you know what? I know you
Yeah.
Steve Harvey, and you got
Yeah.
the number 4 rated show
Yeah.
on TV.
They make
and
you go
got
get in that room
Steve
by
Harvey
yourself.
Other TV show, and you got Steve Harvey radio show, and you got the Little Big Shot show, and you got Family Feud. But guess what? We gonna cancel all that shit at one time.
Like I
So you
said,
went from a
comes
dude with
around,
5 shows
goes
to a
around.
dude with nothing. Now, like, how real is that? That's like somebody coming over your house, cutting off your water, your gas, your electric, and your phone, all at the same damn time. You ready to kill something. You're like, what the hell? You know, if they cut off your electric, you know what I'm saying? You know, you go old school, bootleg your shit, throw a wire in the window.
Be careful what kind of bag you ask for.
They cut off your gas, you go down to the lot store, get your little hot plate, you know, and run your little situation. But when they cut off all your shit at the same time, how can you function?
Like Steve Harvey.
And you know the funny part, he said, and I kind of laughed when he said it, because I did believe this point, but to a certain extent, he gonna say the best thing to do for poor people is to not be one of them. And I said, well, preach, that is some real shit. You can't help a poor person if you help, but at the end of the day, I'm not saying give up everything that you work for to stand for something, but at the end of the day, it's like, because we understand you still got bills and you can't be out homeless talking about I'm standing up for this and your kids are starving, and that was the point that he was trying to prove.
You can't let your family starve.
At the same thing, and he was saying I can't let my family go down.
No, God ain't going for that one.
Your family doesn't have to go down to make a point, because the one thing you know about you being a comedian is, one thing about a comedian, they can say anything. It's just the way you say it.
It ain't what you say, it's how you say it.
What you saying is your approach and how you say it. Because if you can make a million people laugh at it, they'll look right over it. But you can't take it back. See, once something is heard, it's heard. You can apologize for something, but people cannot unhear it. So at the end of the day, it's like, put it out there. But he wouldn't even put it out there. And they really act like that woman did something wrong. Her husband home doing a podcast like me and cousin and shit, talking more trash than a little bit. But she right at the end of the day. Y'all got to stand for something.
All of us.
Y'all definitely stand for something. So let me give a shout
Black
out to some of my people that's watching.
We got.
We got Stan Anderson in the building. We got cousin Lil Stan in the building. We got Winnie Cotton just joined. We got Louis O'Brien.
What's
we got
up,
Cozy.
people?
What's up,
What's
Pop
up,
in the
people?
building. We got Shanique Samuels. We got Jamie.
You can call in on Global Tunes Radio.
In for the shenanigans.
Yeah, you can call in on globaltunesradio.com. You can call in if you get the app. Download the app.
Yeah, make sure y'all go and download that app, Global Tunes Radio. Download, subscribe, watch, because if y'all download the app, y'all can come on, we can punch y'all onto the site, and we can talk to y'all live if y'all got some comments.
And make you a part of this show. Yeah.
You know, right, we can make you a part of the show. You know, get your comments, punch you in, let you talk your shenanigans. You can come on with your girl and cut up like you do.
Make it do what it do. But we do appreciate for all the people that do tune in to us every week. We do appreciate y'all.
They trying to order shirts and everything. I got
you.
you.
Right place. Let us get a pen and a piece of paper.
I'm going to call you. I already got all that info. That's my folks. I got you. That's Pop. I got you, Pop. I'm going to hit you up. Yeah, we did some shirts for Father's Day for him, so we'll make sure I get to you. I already know I'm going to got you. I'll call you in the morning.
Come down to the business store, 2609 Germantown Avenue.
Yo, make sure y'all do that. Definitely come on down.
Come on down.
We hook you up. If you can come up with it, we definitely can make it.
From 10 to 6, from Monday to Saturday. Come on down.
Come on down. The price is definitely right.
If not, we'll make it right.
We can fit it in your budget.
Yeah, for sure.
We can fit it in your budget. So what's going on, folks? What y'all got going on today? I see Kim that came on. What's up, Kim? Cousin, I see you done just shot into everybody on the day. Let me find out y'all bored. Y'all got shit better to do than watch these shenanigans. Y'all sitting home.
Is little Ricky on?
Is little who on?
Is Ricky on?
Ricky.
Rick. Okay.
Oh, nephew?
Yeah.
I don't know. I ain't seen him in a long time. You know, some people just fall off the face of the earth. You'll see them sooner or later. Yeah. I ain't hearing nothing. What they say, no news is good news.
That's for sure.
So if you ain't hearing nothing bad about them, they doing okay. So you know the one thing about our people is we ain't always got to
out
see
of your ear. They doing okay. Shit.
Give a shout out to my boy. He popped up on the news today. He's running across the news all crazy like this. I ain't gonna put his name out there, but you know everybody who know he is. He running all across the news today. You know. Keep your head up, G. That's why we all out here. Last time I talked to him, he was working and everything and, handling this business. And sometimes I know this world is difficult out here. And sometimes we do a lot of stuff that we shouldn't do to pay the bills.
Yeah, but he live in PA, babe.
You know what I'm saying? And, sometimes we
going
just got
down.
to, like I said, it comes into that compromise we talking about. You ain't always got to compromise, your integrity. And sometimes you can do more with less. So sometimes I know you get that job and they don't pay as much as they should and it ain't what you used to getting. But sometimes when you work for that money, you spend it a lot different, and you know what I mean, you keep and you hold on to it, because sometimes when you out there running the streets and you trying to get that fast money, you can't hold on to it, because sometimes either you go to jail or you get killed or you get, something happen with that. So sometimes, all money ain't good money. I'll just say that to say that.
Yeah,
All
we
money ain't
learned
good
that
money.
though.
Watch how you
We
get
had
your
to
money
learn
out
that
here.
though. We learned that though.
Yeah, watch
we
how you get your
definitely
money
had to
out
learn
here.
that, for
'Cause
sure.
like I said, when I talked to him, he was doing good, he was working and everything. But like you said, you never know what people got going on in their situations when you
Brothers
see them.
and sisters, can we stop the violence? Please, dang.
Yeah.
Please stop the violence.
Yeah.
Enough is enough.
Yeah.
Jeez, everybody said they're grown ups. Please, let's start acting like them. Ah, damn, PA.
This world is crazy.
Yeah, that's what happens when it's going down. Signs of the last days. I tell you that part, cause the stuff going on out here is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Okay. All right.
But what's
This
the
is
more to
not
say? Why we gotta
normal.
be
This
in the
is
signs
just
of
not
our last
normal
days?
world. This is not normal world stuff. Okay. 'Cause I know one thing. This is the stuff that God said. I know that much.
I mean, I'm not gonna say we living in our last days, but what I will say is
Shit,
we living
you better be glad it wasn't last week. You talking about?
What I will say is
Shit,
we
it's
living
going
in
down.
uncertain times. Put it that way. I'll say that. We living in some uncertain times.
Yeah.
We living in times when you don't know day from night, women from men.
Yeah, everything you saying the same thing God says. So
Real
go ahead,
from
speak
fake.
it.
I mean, because I can't say the day, like, I can't say the earth gonna end tomorrow. I mean, we don't know how long we got on this earth. We never do. But I can say we living in some times where, people aren't they self. Everything is a fad. We got to get back into being us people. Everybody got to be back into being them. Dressing their own way.
TV.
Being their own. See, everybody was meant to be individuals. We wasn't all meant to be
Everybody's
the same people.
different.
You know what I'm saying? We wasn't all meant to dress alike, look alike,
Everybody's
had the
different.
same haircut. We were all meant to be individuals and have our own personal individuality. We wasn't all meant to look alike and dress alike and everybody
Talk
wear their
alike,
pants hanging off
smell
their ass
alike.
and, rap alike, and everybody got the same conversation, and then y'all call that real. That's not real. That's fad, because if you was real, you tell people the truth. See, the one thing about me, you may not like what I say to you, but you definitely gonna respect it to be
For
the truth.
sure, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
And
And
know
later
every
on-
words come from the heart.
Listen,
See?
I'm like your parent. Remember when your parent would tell you shit back in the day? He was like, "Yeah, man, this old ass shit." Remember back in the day, they used to be like, we used to walk to school 900 miles in the snow and the sleet, and you couldn't fathom that. You're like, get the fuck out of here.
Especially
we catch
they talk
the
about
bus.
going to school doing this.
Now these kids get off if you get a dust in the snow, and we be looking at them like we used to go to school and snow be up to our knee. We telling the same stories that our parents was telling back in the day,
That's
but
how-
we didn't understand it until we got to their age.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And once we got kids, then we could pretty much.
And that's the same way I instill it in my kids. So I hope one day they sit back and be saying the same thing. My dad told me such and such and such and such, and that's how it go down. Cause I learned stuff from my dad, so I don't mind passing it on.
Yeah, you got to, but these kids is crazy. Let me tell you something. These kids,
Cousin, they
when I
ain't
say they
crazy.
living in a strange time, listen.
They ain't crazy. They cuckoo for cocoa.
Matali was talking that
Stop
stuff the
cutting
other
that
day,
shit short.
and I was
cuz.
saying fuck these kids. I'm gonna tell you why I say fuck these kids, because parents don't raise their kids with the same integrity. They don't take the time to lie to their goddamn kids like our parents lied to us. Like back in the day,
Yeah,
your
but their
parents,
lies made sense at the end
Right.
of the day.
Like-
you know what I mean?
tell me a lie your parent would say back in the day that you knew was a fucking lie. Well, you know it's a lie now, but you didn't believe it back then. You believed it.
I'm gonna give you the stone cold number one, talking about Santa Claus coming down the chimney. You gotta have a chimney for him to come down.
All right, well,
What
here's
he
one.
gonna do?
When your parents would tell you smoking stunted your growth.
Yeah.
Like parents would lie. Parents would tell you
Well,
some
I heard
bullshit.
that a little bit later on because my parents, my mom used to smoke, so she
Listen,
wasn't even feeding me that
Parents
nonsense.
would tell you some shit back in the day, but like you said, it kept you from doing some things.
She
like,
couldn't tell me that and blow smoke in my face at the same time.
Let me just go blow that smoke in my face and lie to me like
Sure,
that.
yeah.
That's why you sure this
Yeah,
shit right now. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I wasn't that sweet.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, but you got to take the time to lie to your kids. Tell them some shit.
For sure.
Let me tell you
for
something.
sure. For sure.
I was a young mother.
For
I had
sure.
my kid at 15. I'll be the first to tell you. I've only had one kid. I made a mistake. I learned from my mistake, and the reason I don't have any problem telling people this at the end of the day, I was a hell of a mother. I raised my kid. I worked the whole time I had him. I wasn't on welfare. He's graduated high school. He lives on his own. He's a grown-ass man. I did what I had to do. We all make mistakes. I made my mistake, and I live by it. But at the end of the day, I say that because I always hear old people say, when you get pregnant, when you're young, oh, she's so fresh. She's so fresh. Well, let me tell you something. It was my first time ever having sex, and I just got caught up. So let me explain something to you. It's not the fresh ones that get caught, because the fresh ones know to keep condoms in their pocket. It's the ones that don't know what they're doing that get caught. So when you see these little kids walking around with babies, they ain't fresh. They ain't fucking... They naive. They didn't know what they was doing. I know I didn't. But at the end of the day, I learned and I raised my boy. And because I was such a young mother, I always just raised my son the way that my parents raised me. If it wasn't too good for me, it can't be too good for you. So you couldn't say hi, you couldn't say what, you couldn't say none of that stuff. You had to do all the stuff and say all the stuff that my parents said to us. But guess what? It got you through high school. It got you out of school.
That's
It
right.
got you a good ass job. It got you 15
And they
bonus certificates.
fed me every day. Yeah.
And see, I also had my son. I made my son scared of everybody. Like, when we came up, anybody could whoop your ass. Remember, you didn't call nobody Miss
Anybody.
So-and-so and Miss So-and-so. Everybody was your auntie.
Yeah.
Auntie May, Auntie Gloria, Aunt Suzanne.
That was
and Aunt
who- that was
Suzanne
who
wasn't
was in the
related to you.
neighborhood.
But she whooped your ass like she birthed you.
Like she was your parents.
So
for
when you
sure.
went outside, you knew it was only a certain amount of things that you could do when you was out there, because anybody who saw you would whoop your
Well,
ass.
that's
And
right.
it limit the amount of stuff that you did as a kid.
Yep.
Nowadays, people don't want you to say nothing to their kids. And that's why their kids get in so much trouble, because they're not scared of nobody. They sit on the corner in front of the house and they roll their weed. They walk around with their ass out because nobody can say nothing to that kid. So when they kids see your kid out doing something that they know they ain't supposed to do, and they could have stopped your kid, they don't, because they feel like, oh, I don't want to have to go through this shit with their mama and have to whoop her ass, and I was just trying to
And it's
keep her
bad,
son
it's
from
like
doing
that.
something what
That's
they
bad.
supposed to do. You understand that? So they kids do anything. Us, we was more put together. See, my son, I remember one day a friend of mine came to me. He said, "Damn, D, I seen your son playing in the street." He said, I was about to get him. He said, but I ain't want to say nothing to him. I said, let me explain something to you. Anytime you see my son doing something
Check
that you
him.
know I don't allow, you better check
Check
him
him.
and check him often. You know why?
Check him.
Because if you
I'm
come
giving
here
you
and tell
permission
me
to
you
check
saw him
him.
play in the street and he got hit by a car and you could have kept him out the fucking street, I'm gonna be mad at you. Fuck what he talking about. He don't have no emotions. He's a
know,
kid.
that's right.
That's why he playing in the street.
that's right.
You
He
see
ain't
him in the
got no
street, you snap that little
say-so,
motherfucker
no
up. And when you bring him in
feelings.
here,
No,
I'm gonna
that's
fuck
right.
him up too, because he ain't supposed to be in the street. And the ass whooping that you give your kids today might say they life tomorrow. So if you whoop his ass now, he won't go back in the street. But if you let him go, he'll be back in the street tomorrow. And then when you get hit, he'll be like, what the fuck you was doing in the street? Well, you should have whooped his ass when you seen him the first time he was in the street.
He'd be scared before he even got home if a neighbor had no problem putting his hands on it.
Right,
He'd
so,
be
you know-
scared way before he get home.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer of whoop your kids' ass early and often. If you don't whoop their ass, they gonna do anything and everything. And if they don't respect you little, just imagine when they get old. I'm a firm believer of an ass whooping. Listen, let me tell you something. I remember when I was young, my aunt used to carry a belt around. We never got beatings, but the fact that she had that belt was enough to be like, okay, you better not do
At
nothing.
any
She
time,
whoop
she
your ass.
anytime she could check you.
She give you the old school speech. You don't want
They
nothing,
know how to
don't
put
ask
the
for
fear.
shit.
They
Anything
know
I'm
how
gonna
to
get you,
put
I'm gonna
the
get you
fear
on
in
my
you.
own. Oh yeah. Listen, back in the day, parents put the fear of God in you.
Yes, they did.
You knew.
Yes,
Listen,
they did.
back in the
They
day,
ain't play no
kids was
games.
seen and not heard. You know what that meant? Man, when
right.
you come in the fucking room, if ain't nobody talking to you, you better
Don't
shut the
say
fuck
nothing.
up until somebody call your
Scoot
name.
on by. Scoot on by.
These kids
You
come in
better
the
not
room,
open
excuse
your
me,
mouth.
ma'am. Hey, mom, let me talk to you. Listen, when we was kids, you couldn't do none of that shit. You better keep on walking. Say hi to everybody and keep pushing.
That's right.
You got
That's
popped
right.
in the fucking mouth for breaking
That's
in a
right.
grown folks conversation.
That's
You
right.
ain't say, excuse me, and let me talk to you for a minute. What the hell you want? Oh, shit.
That's right.
Parents
Right in
back-
front of them.
Listen.
Right in front of whoever's standing there, you get your ass whooped.
Back in the day, parents was quick off the draw. That backhand slap was mean.
Yeah.
Parents was backhand slap the shit out you from nowhere.
It went so fast.
Throw
It
shit
was-
at you, hit you with an ashtray, beat your ass with a slipper, a wooden spoon. Like,
And at the minute you standing there like, what happened? You ain't even
look, they
realize
hit you
it
so
happened
fast
to
you
you.
don't know what the fuck happened to you.
Yeah. Them ass
You just know you was hit.
Them
and
ass
you know
whoopings used to be
you
real
did something
cuz.
wrong. That's why I say ass whoopings is a
Yeah,
universal language.
Yeah. So let me ask you something, cuz. what you think gonna happen with the generation not being raised like how we was raised?
Well, you already see what happened.
Wow.
See, one thing you know about this generation is said between. I always say it's a differential between even the way we came up. Like we were the generations of the car, right? So when we were young, we needed to be in a car because we rode the bus everywhere. We would walk, we would ride bikes. So when we got to the age where we could drive, everybody wanted a car.
And
the
we
one
got
thing
a
about
car.
being a generation of the car was a car was
we
nothing you
got
could
a car,
buy
too.
with one paycheck. So you always had to save up for a car. So it always taught us how to save.
Yep.
This generation is the clothes generation. All they want is the new pair of Jordans, a new pair of them tight ass, fake ass Balmains, and a nice Gucci shirt. So that shit you can buy with one paycheck. So it don't teach our kids to save and want nothing other than some nice clothes. Like we wanted nice clothes too, but we wanted nice clothes. So when we jumped out our car, we looked nice. They content with having nice clothes walking. We wasn't spending no $200 on no sneakers. And what you think we was walking down the street and them high ass Gucci sneaks with the stripe up the back or the leather joints with the G's on? We wasn't walking in that shit. When we could bought them Gucci's, we had a car we was hopping out of.
I know,
But you
because
had a man with a car who
they
picked
could
you
have
up.
been like us and had a car too, but they got to go to work. They don't even like going to work.
And listen, these dudes,
They really think somebody gonna knock on their door with a check.
Yeah, it's
Never
a different
heard
breed.
of it.
It's a different generation. They're definitely
Way
different from us.
different, cuz.
So they don't know how to save.
way
You know,
different.
they're definitely disrespectful. They have no respect for nobody. We raising a
bless
fucking
my kids
generation
ain't like that.
of the
I'm
ignorantest
blessed.
sons of bitches I ever seen in my life. Just think about it.
And they don't care who
3
they
years
talking
ago,
in front
if
of.
you ever see, if you
That's
seen a
the
dude with
crazy
some
part
stripe,
about it.
some tight stretch pants on, you would think he was gay. No offense to the gay man. If you gay, you gay. You supposed to have on tight pants. But if you a straight homosexual man, you're not supposed to have on no tight thigh hugging pants. So at the end of the day, 3 years ago, if you'd have saw that, you'd have been like, oh, he's gay. He's this. He's that. Nowadays, heterosexual
I'm
men
still
walk
saying
around
that.
with tight pants on, and they say they not gay. I beg to differ.
Yeah, I still say it. I'm sorry. Apologize. you
I
know?
pretty much beg to differ. I feel like if your pants tighter than mine, then we can't really talk. Like, because I might want to ask you for something, and if you can't get your hand in your pocket, how you gonna give me some money?
We
like,
need air
if we
for
ride
things to
over
breathe.
Atlantic City and you got to get out the car to pay the toll because you can't get your hand in your pocket, we
It's
gonna
a
have to talk
problem.
about some stuff.
Yeah.
Like, listen here, boo.
Yeah.
I think this our last day.
Yeah, it's definitely a problem when your
You know-
hand can't fit in your pocket.
You gotta
It
get out the car to
definitely
pay
is.
the toll. You know, we need to talk about some stuff. You know, this is you got.
Yo,
issues.
you need to put him in the passenger seat as soon as he do that. If he do all that, cuz put his ass right in the
Yeah, I'm
passenger
just
seat.
like, I'm still old school where that's concerned. I still like a man in a nice suit who can hang a nice pair of jeans and, you know, wear a tie and, you know, dress up for occasion, you know, other than a funeral. You know, black men nowadays, they don't dress up unless somebody die. They even show up to the funeral in jeans nowadays. They put on a pair of shoes and a nice suit jacket with a pair of jeans, and they'll call that an outfit. Black men, we don't want to dress up for shit.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. You women don't do too bad
Y'all gotta
either.
get- y'all gotta
Okay,
get
y'all women
this.
don't do too bad either
No,
with the
let me tell you
stomachs
something.
out. Okay, the
See,
stomachs
women
out
dress up more
is
because
enough.
we like to be cute at all times, but our black men just want to be comfortable at all times. See, at one point, even as a woman, the cuteness kick in. We be like, you know, we going so and so. It's gonna be so and so here. We gonna have to get cute at some point. Y'all don't care. Y'all will show up to a family function straight off of work. Y'all still got
I don't know them
construction
kind of
dirt.
men. Yeah, I don't know them kind
Well,
of men.
not you, cousin.
Yeah, I don't
Not
know
you,
them kind
cousin.
of men.
One thing we can say about
I'm sorry.
cousin.
Yeah, I don't know them
Cousin
kind of
always
men.
clean clothes, iron,
My
play
squad
that shit.
suited and booted.
Yeah,
Okay.
he'll play that stuff. But we
Yeah,
all know
they
some
suited and
people
booted at all times. Okay.
that can use a fashion designer. You know, I know some folks that show up to some things unaccordingly.
Yeah.
You be like, you worked all week in them clothes. You really gonna show up to the family barbecue and that's it? Outfit, you ain't gonna change your clothes, wash your ass or nothing.
Not the shirt or nothing. You
You still got on the shirt, look like you climbed from up under a car.
Yeah, I
like,
don't know them kind of people. My
your
people
boots
ain't
look like you walked
coming
through
to
the
the
swamp.
fair
You ain't gonna
like
wash
that.
your ass at all. Damn it. But then I know, you know, it's two sides to every coin, and I know some people that's sharp for every occasion. Look at Lynn.
That's my cousin.
Listen, look at Lynn.
Cousin Lynn,
Lynn
shout
got to
out.
match her bra, got to match her socks, got to match her shoes. Listen, Lynn be dressed to the nines going to the supermarket, and y'all already know it. She not playing them goddamn games. If she don't do nothing, she shop. and she put that shit on her back.
Oh, what she do is she treats herself. She don't cheat herself.
But I mean, even people who treat themselves, you still catch everybody in a bad day. Like me,
I
I
ain't
don't
catching.
give a shit. I'm like Wendy Williams. You'll catch me at the supermarket with some fuzzy slippers on. Now I will not come outside
No, she won't.
in no pajamas.
No, she won't.
But you might catch me at the supermarket
she
with some
won't.
fuzzy slippers on.
Oh, well,
and you won't
them
catch me
fuzzy
with nothing.
slippers gonna have shoelaces in
And
them,
you ain't gonna
okay?
catch me with nothing tied on my head, but I might have on a pair
Her
of
fuzzies,
sweatpants
her fuzzies gonna have shoelaces,
and a
okay?
t-shirt and some slippers. You might catch me out like that, but you ain't gonna. I mean, shit. I don't care though. You know, cause listen, let me tell you something, cousin. You call me for the right amount of money, I might come out this bitch in a tutu. Like,
Well, I ain't seen nobody call you the right amount of money yet. Okay.
I'm gonna say again, I'm not gonna compromise my integrity.
That's what I'm
not
saying
gonna
to
come
you.
out in
All
a
right,
G-string,
talk
but
the
I
talk
damn
then.
sure have
Talk
some
the
biker
talk
shorts
then.
on
All right.
and some fluffy
Talk the
slippers.
talk, yeah. You ain't throwing on no fucking baseball cap and howling and all that. You ain't doing all that, guy.
Listen, cause I done came out looking crazy though, every now and again. I ain't gonna say it's all the time. But
No, but I'm just
I
telling
came
you
out
something
looking-
I'm not familiar with. That's all. You
I'm not
probably
saying it's
do
all,
do it.
but
This
I'm
just something
saying-
I ain't familiar with.
What
That's
I'm saying
all.
is, I will run to the supermarket and the laundromat running looking jacked up. Now you ain't gonna catch me at work looking but so fucked
And
up.
I guarantee you, everybody, she only out for half an hour.
Right,
She
but
ain't
like-
going over 30 minutes.
I'll
Okay?
run out, but like Lynn won't even run out. Like Lynn, like I'm getting dressed to the nines. Do you know somebody might see me in the laundromat? Me, I don't give a shit. Like,
Cuzzo got her pretty Ricky on. That's all. I respect your gangster, cuz. I really do. That's one thing
she
about
said,
it.
Lynn Brown gotta match her shoes. I'm dead. Yeah, that's how Lynn is. Lynn be all in.
All the way down to the T.
Listen, Lynn be all in with her shit.
All the
Listen,
way down to
you hear
the
me?
T.
Lynn be all
Yeah,
in.
she
Listen,
gotta
that
get
girl,
lit.
she came over the other day and gonna tell me, you know, she just moved. So when she realized, okay, that she had too much shit, she like, okay, I'm gonna give some of this shit away. So she gives all this shit away. So now she comes to the store the other day, like, you know, I gave away a pair of my good shoes. Like, she started to go back to the Salvation Army and be like, I didn't mean to give you those shoes. I'm like, bitch, if you don't just let the shoes go, like,
Just let it be. she
she
can't
gonna go
even
back down
break
like,
ties
"Excuse
with
me,
a
can
pair.
you give me my shoes
Cousin,
back?"
you could break ties with a pair of shoes, cuz. I know you,
Nah,
cuz.
I'm surprised she gave away all this stuff.
Well, you know, barricades. That's all.
Yeah.
In the
I mean, it's not
barricades,
that you
that's
don't want
all.
your blessings, because I do know that there's always somebody who can use some stuff.
They
But me,
mean a lot.
giving away stuff for me is hard because I always feel like I can wear that shit again. Like it ain't messed up, ain't got no stains on it. I can put that on maybe, but then when you get so much stuff, you be like, ain't enough days in a year to wear all this stuff. Like I got to the point where I had to start giving away shoes and sneakers because I'm like, I only got one pair of feet, and you got over 100 pair of sneakers
You
and one
got
pair
enough.
of feet.
You got enough
Where the hell you gonna wear this shit
shoes
to?
for a few pair of feet.
Like
That's
the
for
sneakers
sure.
and shoes was moving me out the house. You got one, like where you gonna wear this shit to? And it ain't like I live in no mansion where I got one big ass huge closet dedicated to shoes and one closet dedicated to clothes. No, I live in an average goddamn house like the average black person who got 2 closets and that's about it in a room. And then once you fill that shit up, then you move that shit into your empty room. And once you fill that shit up, you shit out of luck. Or
Girl,
put
you
some shit in
going
the
to a
basement.
storage. You up there with a storage unit.
I do need a storage unit, but that's the
There it
point.
says though, cuz you up there with a storage
But
unit.
once you
cuz.
get to the point where you need a storage unit, ain't that the point where you just need to let go of some shit?
No, that been time for you to let go some shit.
Like,
Okay?
ain't enough fucking feet in the world for this shit. Like, at some point, you just be like, if I'd have just put $50 of this money that I put in every pair of these sneakers up into an account, I'd be fucking rich right now.
That's cool, cause you know we can sell them on this pie show. whatever sneaks, we got a selling going on. Okay?
You could be selling sneaks on the bar show, cause
Ain't nobody got no feature size.
I would just come in.
Yeah, we gonna have nobody.
five
Ain't nobody gonna call in. Ain't nobody got your feet size.
They gonna call in for their kids. Like, can my cousin get them off whites, please?
It's gonna turn into a
Don't look
kid
like you really
show.
bore them.
It'll turn into a kid show.
I mean, a bunch of 12-year-olds calling up. Something like
did
that.
see
They look
it.
like my size.
Yes, you don't have grown up feet. Yeah, her feet don't do grown ups. Okay?
Shit, when they be costing grown up prices, I need to talk to the motherfucker at Nike.
No, that's just because the flavor that you like. That's all.
Yeah, but it
that's
seems
all
like
that
when you got
big.
little feet, your shoes never look like big people's shoes. And I figure since you damn near charge me almost as much as a big person, I feel like my sneakers should look just like the big person's shoe. Like when they got a full bubble.
You want the big look?
Yeah, give me a full bubble. Don't because I wear 5 and a
Cousin.
half, keep giving me a half a bubble, but you charge me $180. For $180, I want a full fucking bubble on my Nike. I don't want half a Nike. Like, yeah, I know you paid $200 for yours, but shit, that ain't but like $30, $40 cheaper. Like, give me my bubble.
Give you the full bubble because they
Yeah,
cut
they
your
be
bubble
doing people
down.
with- yeah, they be doing people with little
Oh,
feet
shit,
dirty.
I didn't know they
They
did
be
that.
doing- like I remember back
Now
in the
I
day,
see why you
when
complain, 'cause I was about to say something
The baby
first.
blue and white Jordans came out, and they came in the shoe case, and they came with this little CD and
Yeah,
a little piece on your
yeah,
shoe.
yeah,
Well, me
yeah,
and Lynn, dumbasses, run out $200 a piece for these dumbass sneakers. Our shit ain't coming no suitcase. We ain't getting no
Everybody stand in
goddamn
line.
CD. All they gave us was the little blue piece. I'm like, you can keep that if you give me the suitcase. Like, they robbed the shit out of us. So when you got little feet, you get robbed all the time. I just like to say, for all the people with little feet, to all you people, the manufacturers and these sneakers companies, stop cheating us and charging us full price. You know what I mean?
Give her the whole symbol. She paid for the whole symbol. Give her the whole symbol. I didn't know they was doing you like that, though, cuz. We could have been boycotting that about that
Yeah,
symbol,
I'm not
though,
gonna pay a
cuz.
lot for this muffler, goddamn it.
Well, it seems like they gonna charge you a lot for that muffler. Shit.
Keep stealing my goddamn air bubble. If they're supposed to have 4 bubbles, I want 4
I
bubbles.
really didn't know they was
They
doing
keep
that
giving
to
me
you,
2.5
cuz.
fucking bubbles.
Y'all wrong. You're wrong.
They're giving me
You're wrong. You're wrong.
2.5 bubbles.
Yeah.
Everybody else
Nike,
bubble go all the way to the middle of the shoe. My
Nike,
bubble
since
stop
you did
where
that
the
to my
heel at.
cousin, you get a big ass
All right.
boo.
Watch this. Case
You
is
get a big
in.
ass boo.
Now look at that. The average person's bubble all the way up here. Why the fuck my bubble all the way back here?
Oh, y'all wrong. And she showed me where the
Yeah,
bubble.
they do the little kids dirty. I'm standing up for y'all little kids. Like they say, everybody got to stand for something. Now, I'm not
Nike.
saying I'm boycotting Nike. All I'm just saying
Nike, since
is
you
this.
did my cousin like that, you get a big ass boo.
All I,
All right.
You see that
Yeah.
half-ass bubble?
I ain't gonna wear Nikes for another week. Okay,
Yeah, you know what
I'm
I'm saying?
boycotting for a
Goddamn
week.
Nike done cheated me out of my goddamn bubble.
You ain't got to boycott with me. I'm just saying I am. Okay.
What you say, you boycotting for the next week?
Yeah, that's all. Just
That's
for a
all.
week. I got a week in me.
I appreciate your honesty.
I'm there.
I'm gonna
I
let
got
you
a week
boycott
in me.
them a week. 'Cause
Yeah, I got a
tomorrow,
week. Shit.
I'm
And
gonna
all,
need to pick
look,
them up
all
and
week
match
I'm
with
gonna
my
show you
outfit.
what one I got on and make sure they ain't Nike. Yeah.
You know my black ass got bad feet. Only wear shoes if I'm going somewhere.
Oh,
I got a
too
Nikes
comfortable.
them there 8 days a week. They need to come on and endorse this show and give me some free T-shirts and shit like that. Cause I got if I got 100 pair of sneaks, 75 of them Nike. Shit.
Yeah.
They need to come on and give me some money. Shit. And give me a full bubble on my shit. You know what I mean? And give my damn suitcase to my Jordans. That me and my sister bought for $200.
Full bubble. I ain't know that, cuz. That's fucked up. I ain't never know they ain't never give you
You
full
know what I mean?
bubble,
Cause let
cuz.
me get my goddamn suitcase. All I want is my suitcase. Send me my suitcase and my Jordan CD, and we'll call it even.
So now we're gonna boycott for a week till she
No,
get
he
her
gonna
box.
boycott a week for my shit. I ain't boycotting shit. I'ma just say I'm honest with
I
my
ain't think
dumb
so.
shit.
I ain't think so.
boycotting a
That would have
goddamn
lead
thing.
you to go out and buy all these sneakers. All right, that's how that would have turned out for you.
Listen,
Okay.
one thing about me, I know I'm getting robbed, but the only thing about them is sometimes they make me feel like something for being robbed. Like, I don't mind being taken advantage of. Just make me
They
feel
make
like
you-
something.
I know
You know what I mean?
that's right,
Nike
yeah.
got butter for the duck. They
know
come in
that's
all the
right.
pretty colors.
I know that's
You know,
right.
all different
Ain't
styles.
nothing
They
wrong with your
comfortable.
pretty
If
ring.
you got flat feet, they come with the arch in them. So they
that's
got
right.
butter for the duck. It ain't like they just got fucked up sneaks and charging me arm and a
that's
leg.
right.
I'm just saying, I just want the extra that come with the $200 package.
She want the box, okay?
You know,
Yeah.
I'm
Y'all
just
talking
saying,
about the bag. She
Stop
want her
charging me
box.
champagne money and putting Coke 45 in my motherfucking sneaker box. That's all I'm
That's
saying.
all she wants is boxes, okay? Please, Nike, send her her boxes, okay? Because
My
I'm
goddamn-
going a week without
my suitcase for my
without wearing
Jordans,
your sneaks.
My CD.
I'm
Because
going
cousin
a
ain't
whole
gonna wear
week.
your shit for a week.
A whole week, cuz. That's
He
all
ain't
I
gonna-
got in me.
He ain't gonna make it.
Yeah. That's
Why
all.
listen? Why do this camera keep freezing with me with the dumbest faces on it? Are you catching that? Like,
It's called
every
fr-
time I turn around, I'm just mean mugging
It's
something.
called
Like,
pause. That's the pause in the show.
And I keep
You know-
licking my lips because I forgot my chapstick. And I want these joints to turn white on me. Where's my
Well,
water?
Well, that's all right. That's all right, though, cuz. Hey, you know.
Well,
hey,
we gonna take a break for this this water session now. We ain't gonna be going long. We just gonna run this hot little commercial and we be right back at y'all.
Right back
so
at
don't
y'all.
go nowhere.
Give
Don't
us
sign
1
off.
minute.
Don't leave. Don't do nothing. Stick right here.
Don't go
Global
nowhere.
Tunes Radio, the business show.